what's next? Oh boy. Sorry, it's not getting any better. Dear. From Prager University. What I can teach you about racism. God damn, 2 million views? Fuck. How many subs do they have? Oh wow, Jesus, I didn't realize they're that big. Oh man. Oh no! Oh, you can't. Hang on. Wait. Ah! Wait. Ah! Here we go. Look! Oh, sorry you can't donate in this country or region yet. Aww. What a shame. That's what I wanted to do. Damn. Sorry, PragerU, you have to live without my support. Okay. Anyway, like, enough stuffing around, let's get to it. Oh man. PragerU, what I can teach you about racism. Yeah, Westlands, I saw a little bit, I saw like about 10 seconds of it on Twitter. I was like, okay, I can cover this. Yeah, now, alright. So, from Prager University, what I can teach you about racism. Nice. Just what I like. I love hearing anecdotes about racism. That's exactly what I want to learn about racism. I don't want studies. I don't want observable facts and statistics on inequality experienced by race in this and every other country. I want anecdotes. Let's get to it.
Let me tell you how my story ends. I become a tenured, award winning professor of political science at an Ivy League university and then at one of the leading universities in the South. Now, let me tell you how my story begins. I grew up in rural Virginia, literally dirt poor. I dropped out of school in the eighth grade and had 3 children by the time I'm 20. I consider myself to be a reasonably modest person, but even I have to admit that's quite a journey. How did I do it?
Dude, fuck modesty. I hate the conservative obsession. Like, it stems from, I guess, religion, the idea of, like, humility. If you've done something, if you're worth something, then yeah, you should celebrate it. Don't be arrogant about it. But you're worth celebrating. All of you are. You're beautiful, and I love you. You should subscribe.
I worked hard. Not crazy 24/7 hard, just hard. I made good decisions. Not brilliant 3-dimensional chess decisions, just good ones. I met people along the way who helped me and sincerely wanted to see me succeed.
And that's all it takes. Racism over. If you just work hard, make the good decisions, and meet the right people, then everyone is capable of succeeding. I'm sorry, like that. Guys, I wasn't serious. In reality, that's not how it goes.
Not because they had something to gain, but because they were decent people. Almost all of these individuals, by the way, were white. But mostly, I think I was
Wait, what
blessed.
was that? Oh, by the way, white people are open to helping black people. What the fuck was that? That was weird. Oh, I think I was blessed. Oh shit, I didn't read that. Oh no. Religious angle?
In one crucial way.
Oh.
I was born in America,
Aye.
a true land of opportunity for anyone of any color or background. In this country, where you start your life does not determine where you end up.
Ugh. Look. Fucking anecdotes, alright? Just because you succeeded doesn't mean everyone's afforded the same success. Like, conservatives and capitalists always go on about, oh, we want equality of opportunity, not equality of outcome. Well, guess what? So do I. I want equality of opportunity. But until you're willing to address or even acknowledge the systemic barriers faced by people of colour, we don't have equality of opportunity. And this woman's anecdotes don't prove equality of opportunity. I mean, like, you can. Also, like, you can really tell PragerU's audience from this video. Like, this is a video for white people. Like, this video is not for anyone else. This is a video for white people so that they can feel good and be like, yeah, see? There's no racism. Look how this woman succeeded. We have equality of opportunity. Look where she started. Look where she ended up. And so white people can feel good about themselves and say, hey, slavery was abolished. We fixed Jim Crow. So, hey, black people just need to, what did she say? Work hard, make the right decisions, and meet the right people on the way. It's so transparent.
That works in both directions, by the way. You can start out with every advantage and waste them all. Or you can start out with nothing and become a success.
You want to talk about starting out with something and then ending with less? Guess what? Like in America, the average black person experiences a decrease in social mobility than an increase. Like, if you start off as middle class, it's more likely that you will, your class status will drop over the course of your life than increase. Like, white people have a higher rate of social mobility. Not only do black people have a lower rate of social mobility, upward social mobility, but those that do start off in a better position experience a decrease in social mobility. So, yeah, you're right. It does work both ways, but not the way you're thinking.
It all depends on you. Your attitude is far more important than your race, gender, or social class in determining what you will accomplish in life. When I hear young blacks, or anyone for that matter, talk about systemic racism, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I want to laugh.
I know which one I want to do right now. I know I'm laughing, but crying on the inside. Fuck, what was I gonna say? No, like, honestly, like, attitude doesn't mean shit. I know that might sound a bit carte blanche, but how many fucking rich white kids just don't give a shit, just coast through school, get into college because of their parents, get a degree because of their parents, and they just, they're not putting in any effort. Now, is that kind of lifestyle afforded to a whole lot of people? No. But if you're just like reasonably well off to start with, then the less attitude you put in, like, it's not the less you put in. Like, if you're already starting off in a better, like, the better position you start off in, the less attitude you need to put in. And wait, hang on. So by that logic, if you're starting off bad and you have to work harder, then maybe we should kind of try and equalize things. Everyone can put in the same effort, or at least comparable effort.
Because it's such nonsense. I want to cry.
Science says otherwise, for Christ's sake. Like, you're disagreeing with the study of criminology, sociology, political science. You're just looking at, oh, we're only 1 minute 50 seconds in and I'm still going off. Okay, let's try and get through the video.
Cry because I know it's pushing untold numbers of young blacks into a dead end of self-pity and despair. Instead of seizing the amazing opportunities America offers them, they seize an excuse to explain why they're not succeeding. I was born into a world where systemic racism was real. No fooling, outright bigotry, back of the bus real. But here's what you need to know. Yes, that racism shaped the black experience, but even then, it did not define it. Change was in the air. Call it systemic reform. The modern civil rights movement was in its infancy, and the leaders who fought for equal rights for blacks were men and women of all races. They believed in America and were determined to see it live up to its highest ideals, ideals manifest in the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Did I know growing up that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson owned slaves? I don't think I ever thought about it. If I did, I'd like to think that I would have.
You know why you didn't think about it? Because it's not taught in school. And if they do mention it, they say, oh, they didn't want to own slaves. It was just the time. Bullshit. I think it was another streamer. I can't remember where I saw it. But, like, I saw on the internet a while back about some bullshit where George Washington moved to a state where, like, the state laws were, I believe you had to free your slaves. Like, if you had slaves, you had to free them after 9 months. Something like that. Don't quote me. But, so what he would do is every 8 months, he would send them across the state border and then come back so the clock reset. You tell me that's not a man who wanted to own slaves? Piss off. And the reason it's taught this way in school is because the textbooks are written in the South.
Had enough common sense to know that we can't judge men who lived 250 years ago by the moral standards of our own day.
As long as slavery's been around, there's been abolitionists. Yes, we can absolutely judge them. I think, I agree that we need to look at it through a historical concept, as a historical lens, but that doesn't preclude us from judging them.
But I know that Jefferson wrote the words in the Declaration of Independence that made slavery ultimately impossible, that all men are created
Not at the time.
equal. And I know that Washington, Hamilton, Franklin, and Adams and the rest of the founders risked everything to make my world, my America, possible. How could I not be?
Really, they just didn't want to pay tax and kowtow to the king. Sorry. It's real, the lie of American exceptionalism just really isn't that interesting.
Grateful for that and for the sacrifices so many others have made to preserve it. The truth is, I cannot remember a time when I did not love America and feel pride in the belief that I live in the greatest country in the world. I knew if I diligently pursued my ambitions, I could leave the poverty of my early years with all its abuse and depression behind me. I was fortunate in another way. I was spared the life-sapping, negative messages about America that are crippling a generation of young people. These ideas are poison: white privilege, whiteness as a form of property, unconscious racism, reparations, microaggressions, police having...
Just like to point out that everything she's describing just now is recognized in academia and is taught at a tertiary level. So, sorry, you're just anti-intellectual. University professors teach this stuff because it's fact.
It out for blacks, that the United
A provable fact.
States was created to protect and promote slavery.
In a sense, I don't know. Actually, I'd have to look into the historical context behind. I don't know if was Britain looking to abolish slavery around the time of that America declared independence. I don't know. I'd have to look into that one.
These are the ideas young people are told they must accept, and then they're told to reject the ideas that can save them, the antidote, the success principles that enabled me and millions of other Americans to escape lives of poverty. These principles aren't complicated. Work hard, learn from your mistakes, take personal responsibility for your actions. When I made the decisions to get my high school equivalency, attend a community college, and then earn 4 additional college and university degrees, I believed that my education would open doors. And it did. It was only when exposed to academic theories of oppression in graduate school that I was informed that because I was black, poor, and female, I could never do what I had already accomplished. Thank you.
No, not true. No one ever said you couldn't do it. Just said that the odds of succeeding are lower, or even getting to those opportunities are lower.
God, it was too late for these toxic messages to stop me. Don't let them stop you. I'm Carol Swain, host of Be the People
Oh,
podcast.
okay, whatever. Cringe. Jesus Christ. Just in case any of you weren't aware, PragerU, if they were around back during the civil rights movement, would have been advocating against the civil rights movement. Fun times.